Salutations and greetings, my loyal fan base. By the way, I am keeping that intro. It was so cringy that I love it. But that's besides the point. Anyways, I am finally relieved to be finally doing the Venom showcase. Even though by now, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the movie. The showcase is finally out. Yeah, I'm sorry this showcase is late, but then again, this should start being the norm for me when it comes to showcases and any video in general. But that's besides the point. So, without further ado, let's start off with the showcase and talk about Venom. So, yeah. Alright, so first thing I want to say is that making Venom was a lot trickier than I expected. Honestly, when I announced that I was going to make Venom, I honestly thought it was going to be super easy. Like, all I would have to do is maybe just get a big fig and, you know, paint it all black and have Harry do a little bit of sculpting. But nope, I was wrong. Really, really wrong. Now, to get started, all I want to say is that the process of making this figure, first of all, I had to decide on what base I would use. And what I decided to use was, my first thought in it originally was to use like these weird keychain minifigures. They're like they're called Lego Ninjago articulated keychain minifigures. Look, man, I didn't make up the title for these, alright? And apparently they're super old, like new decade old, bro. Like they're from like 2011. So I wanted to use them, but here's the thing. They aren't in stores, so if you want to make your own Venom out of one of those keychains, well, tough luck, bitch, because you're not going to be able to find them at your local Walmart, bro. You might find them at a Goodwill, though, but chances are they're probably half-eaten by a dog or something. I don't know. The point is, I was going to use that to make Venom, and I made that decision once I saw the trailer that he was actually in, because back in February, he wasn't in any of the trailers until the one that released in April, and I was like, alright, there you go, I'm gonna make Venom out of that. Unfortunately, though, I immediately, like maybe weeks after, I thought, hey man, maybe I should try a big fig, see how that would work. Maybe it'll be creative. But here's the thing, Venom isn't real. I thought he was gonna be like super muscular, like Hulk, because that's kind of how he's been represented recently. So I was thinking maybe I can get a Hulk figure, paint him like that. And I did. I had Harry on his birthday. He bought a set with 2 Hulk figures, and I planned on using one of them and like maybe sanding it like a lot and doing a lot of mods to it. Have Harry sculpt on maybe some more detail that maybe I sanded too much of, and I thought that was gonna be a breeze. But then the second trailer came out, and it was revealed that Venom is muscular, but like, boy, he's pretty skinny, my dude. So I decided that a big fig was just not gonna work. The amount of sanding I did was not gonna benefit the figure at all. And I had to go with the Ninjago keychain idea. And after I saw Michael MGF's first Venom picture, I thought, okay, that could totally work. But what I noticed that I would have added to his figure was more muscle definition, like more sculpted muscles on him. So that's what I decided to do. MGF was pretty much like the last, he was the nail in the coffin for me to eventually go through with the keychain idea, so I did. And in the Ant-Man of the Wasp video, I did say that I ordered parts to make Venom. This is what I meant. I ordered the minifigure keychain thing, and just to show you how weird they are, they came with these weird things right here. Yeah, man, these are pretty weird. And he was supposed to stand on it. And speaking of standing, you'll notice that I have him standing in a weird position, and it's not my usual like little minifigure platform. And the reason for this is because, well, he's too big, and the little pegs on the pegs holes on his feet, I'm sorry, man, but they're filled. I can't place them on a regular platform, mainly because, like I said, they're filled. And this goes especially for the back. See, back then, when I'm guessing Lego produced these, they didn't really care about these figures too much, so that's why they're kind of poor in quality. In fact, that when I saw MGF's photo, I noticed that his Venom was a little bit slanted, and I was really relieved to find out that mine wasn't. So there's that. And while we're speaking on the quality of the figure, the main reason why I decided to opt for this was because I knew Venom was going to be taller than the average human, and that I wouldn't use a regular minifigure just to make his scale a little bit bigger. Even though that's not a bad idea, I decided to just ended up going for this, mainly because of this. So, let's say I grab this figure right here. So if I put this figure right next to him, you'll notice noticed that Venom is definitely a lot bigger, besides the sculpted head. I don't want to place the figure too much on the pedestal, otherwise it's just going to knock him down and it's going to make a loud noise. But you can tell that Venom is definitely a lot bigger, and even without the sculpted head. And speaking of the head and sculpting, let me get onto that right now. So, the thing I noticed with these keychains is that apparently you can't take them apart. Like, seriously, I tried to pull off the little legs, and I realized, wait a minute, how am I supposed to paint the detail when I can't even remove the legs or the arms or the head to do that painting and sculpting and give it to Harry so he can do that? And I had to improvise, and I had to make sure that it made it near impossible to paint because I didn't want any of the paint to scrape off, like on the leg, for instance, that you see right there, like the thigh or the side of the sides of the torso. So what I ended up doing was getting the black Ninjago keychain thingy, and I ended up using that as a base and pretty much painting the entire thing in a. First, I painted it all up in like my regular black color that isn't gloss, and then afterwards, I did not want to do what MGF did and, you know, paint the entire thing or like do little black veins. I thought that was okay. That was a nice technique, but I really wanted to make Venom look as wet as possible because in the movie, in the trailers, he does look really, really liquidy, and I decided to go for that. So what I ended up doing was painting the entirety of Venom after the regular black color in a metallic black. And after that, it was just a matter of sculpting. So what Harry did was that I pretty much told him that Venom, I needed to make up for how like minifigure like the Venom looked like, and not to make him look like an average minifigure, just a little bit bigger. I had to make that up by telling Harry that he needed to make Venom look like he was on steroids. So what Harry ended up doing was that just because like you couldn't take off the arm, it was kind of complicated and it put a lot of pressure on Harry to sculpt around the arms, on like, you know, the muscles around him, and I had to make sure that he looked just muscular enough. And Harry did that. Now unfortunately, at first Harry did sculpt on one part of the muscle too thicker than the other, so I had to improvise and sand it a little bit down to make him look as equal. After that, Harry worked on the torso, which wasn't that big of a deal. In fact, I'm really proud of how that part turned out as well, but I'm not as proud as when it comes to the head, and I'll get into that in a little bit. And then after that, it was a matter of Harry sculpting the back. Now the back, there's not really a lot going on. It's just like, you know, the shoulder blades. It's just a little bit of clay here and there. Harry didn't really work on that too much, but what he did work on a lot was definitely the head. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. The head wasn't really that difficult, according to him. He ended up having to sculpt the chin after he finished the main head, but what he ended up doing was that the original ninja figure, it came with a ninja mask, right? And actually, you know what, I'm too lazy to go look for it. The point is, there was a mask attached to it, and what I ended up doing was like removing the mask and ripping it off the figure, and the head is pretty much like a regular minifigure head. It's just a little bit, you know, bigger, like everything else of the figure. So what Harry ended up doing was just sculpting around the round head and did like this weird Pac-Man type of look-alike. It looked kind of funny, and what he ended up doing afterwards was just leaving it like that, and we worked on the teeth. Now originally the teeth were kind of interesting because I wanted to use toothpicks for the teeth. I wanted to make them look 3D and the same color because I wouldn't have to paint the toothpicks, so they're just perfect for Venom. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out as it was just too tedious, so I decided to opt for option number 2, which was just sculpt them on. Now, I'm very lucky that I got this first try. Now, ironically, the teeth was something that Harry did not sculpt at all. The teeth were all me, so what I ended up doing was just getting cutting a tiny little strip of clay, making it as thin as I possibly could, and then glued it on into the mouth, because the mouth was pretty much hollow until I filled it in with the clay. And essentially what I did was get the thing that I usually use to paint, which is like this thing, this like toothpick thingy looking dentist utensil thing, and I individually shaped out and sculpted the teeth from the inside of the clay and shaped it, and afterwards it was a matter of painting it and making sure that the red didn't get into like the teeth portion, and it wasn't really that difficult to do, honestly, now that I look at it. But I'm really proud of it because I really do believe that I got a pretty good likeness when it comes to painting the figure to Venom, how he looks like in the movie, and from there it was pretty much a breeze. Like nothing else was that complicated. Like I said earlier, I just painted up the figure in the black color and then a metallic black color. And for the eyes, what I ended up doing was just getting regular metallic white paint and painting on the eyes here and there, and that's what I did for the veins running across his body. But overall, that was pretty much it. I mean, if you want anything else to talk about, I mean, I painted the mouth, like, you know, the first pink for the kind of like for the gums, and then I ended up doing like a really washed up beige or tan color for his teeth, and then a blood flamenco red color for the rest of the mouth. I didn't do a tongue because, I mean, it wasn't really necessary. Even though I probably might do one in the future, or just make another Venom, you know, just to add to my Spider-Man collection, you know, not just for the movie, but just in general, another Venom figure. Other than that, that is pretty much it for Venom. Now, let's wrap things up with the skit that Harry's been making. And I'm just gonna say right now, I think this is probably Harry's best work when it comes to Venom and the skit. So, yeah, let's do it.
You should have gone for the head.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
What happened? Where's my gauntlet? Why am I so small?
We will eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right up your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
Wait, just a minute. Hold your balls for 1 second. This skit idea was stolen from my showcase. This is the works of the lazy writing of Gary and Cyrus.
Alright guys, that is it for the Venom showcase. That didn't really take that long as I thought it would be. I don't know if I'm gonna make Riot the villain, because honestly he was, I guess he looks cool, but at the same time the villain was not that good. Eddie Brock is maybe a possibility, because I did think that Tom Hardy did his best in the movie and he was pretty cool. But like I said in the other update video, I'm not going to talk about the movie that much, and I want to do my best to refrain from spoilers. But upcoming projects, like I announced in the update video, I am working on a Spider-Man PS4 suit and maybe some villains. I already got Mr. Negative done. And I am working on a secret showcase that I am not going to talk about yet, even though I am just going to reference it for now. And I am also going to, post non-LEGO content more on this channel, because I don't want to just stick with one sort of content, like I said in the update video as well. Now, yeah, so Venom happened. What did you guys think of it? Right, I can't say anything about it, I just remembered. Oh yeah, what I did wanted to say was that since MGF pretty much inspired me, or I was inspired by MGF to make Venom this way and ended up using the keychain, he did say in his video that he would like to see what other people created. Y'all mind sending him my figure, por favor, please? I mean, it'd be a real honor to get some feedback from him, even though, let's be fair, he's not gonna find me or Harry, so, yeah, we're not that popular, so, I mean, it's fine if he doesn't find out, but at the same time, it's still pretty cool. But overall, yeah, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and, yeah,
Shut the hell up, Felix. Nobody wants to hear your trash skits. Nobody wants to see your trash figures. It's time for me to give the real fans what they want, not what you want. I'm LEGO Cyrus, and it's my turn to make the LEGO showcase.